Okay, I think I'm streaming. Let me do my audio check because, gotta always do the audio check. Hello, testing. Can I hear myself? Probably be helpful if I unmute my own tab. Hello, testing. Can I hear myself? All right, that's good. I can hear myself. Unmute my own tab. Going to assume that you guys can hear me too. Hello, welcome in, Chan. How's it going? Welcome to Sleight of Hand Sunday. I can hear you. Awesome. Thank you. I can hear myself. You can hear me too. That almost sounds like a thing from Captain Planet. And if you don't know what Captain Planet is, that's okay. That just makes me old. Let me just hop up here. Hello. How's it going? How's your weekend, Chan? Okay. Let's see. Before I get anything started, cheating fingers. Gonna put them on. Barney of the Rubble. Welcome. Guitar. Guitara Macon. Alright. Hey, Barney of the Rubble. How's it going? Welcome in. Hey, Chan the Dancing Man. So I don't know. I recently got rid of a guitar, Barney of the Rubble. One of five. So I still have four guitars. Who knows? Maybe I'll get rid of all of them. No, let's be real. I'm not gonna get rid of them. Okay. All right. I didn't really have much of a plan. I don't have much of an itinerary. Um, let's see here. Chan says, weekend's going great. Been practicing a little for tomorrow as always. Awesome. That's great news, Chan. I've been busy with a lot of other things because I am getting ready to go on a trip to a convention this upcoming week. So there's a strong possibility that I'm going to cancel next week's stream. But yeah, so that's probably what's going to happen. Okay. So I'm going to hop up here. I'm going to actually I'm going to prepare for a trick. One that is potentially brand new. And I'm going to see if it will work. Or if I can do it. Let me see. Who approved your leave? Oh, my manager approved my leave from work because I'll be taking a few days off of work. Um, yeah, so I'll be going to Gen Con. If anybody's into board games, I'm going to be at Gen Con for basically the entire convention. Panther Ninja, welcome in. How's it going, Panther Ninja? Oh, thanks for giving Panther Ninja a shout out. Guys, you're not following our friend Panther Ninja. Panther Ninja does productivity streams and some variety video game streams, so give Panther Ninja a follow. And also if you hang out in Chan's stream as well, you should totally you'll probably see Panther Ninja as well. All right. Cool. And then while we're here, loved your post on the Kudo board. Very kind words. My words or like Panther Ninja? I'm assuming that's to me. Thank you. You're welcome. My pleasure. Happy belated birthday. Sorry I couldn't make it. I didn't realize that you were actually gonna have your birthday stream during the day, and I'm working during the day, so could not make it. Um, but happy belated birthday. Hopefully it went well. I didn't watch the entire stream, but I just went back and just like clicked around through the VOD a little bit. So seemed like you had a great time. So, but guys, if you're not following our friend and mod Chan, please give Chan a follow. Chan recently just had a birthday, and it was a fun time. Is this a crazy Asian excuse making stream? What do you mean? Look, I don't need to prove anything to anybody. So if I want if I want to make my stream, I don't even understand what that means. Is this a crazy Asian excuse making stream? Yes, yes, it is. This stream is all about me making excuses. That's correct. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. All right. I'm seeing Penn and Teller soon. I should take the Chan the Magic Man cutout with me for the pictures. Yo, you should, Barney. You should. All right. So, first order of business, I have a brand new trick I want to try out. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pull it off yet, but that's okay. So what we have here is 12 red spot cards, and we have all 4 jacks. Now, what I want to do here is with the 4 jacks, is I'm going to go ahead and place them out on the table like so. And what we're going to need to do is I'm going to place all the jacks like this. And then with all of the remaining cards, these are all red spot cards. I'm going to go ahead and place 3 spot cards onto each pile. Like so. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to show you that there is indeed a jack still here. And what I'm going to do is snap, and that jack is actually going to hop down into this pile. Because, if you didn't know, that jack is now here. I know. Super weird, right? Super weird. But this next one, so look, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm now going to make that jack disappear because look, these are just 3 red spot cards, and that jack has hopped down here. I know, strange, right? And now finally, you'll see that this jack is down here, but all we need to do is snap. And actually there's only 1, 2, 3 red spot cards now. And this is a brand new trick, so please bear with me. And that card has hopped down here. So what we're going to do is show you that we have all of the jacks down here, but actually what we really needed to do was put them back. And so here we go. I don't know if you could tell, but all of the jacks have just hopped back into each one of these piles because look, these are all red spot cards. And actually this is still a jack right here, but if you don't know, I'm going to show you that all of the jacks are actually back in their original piles. And that, my friends, is a trick normally done with queens. So the trick is actually called dyslexic queens. I haven't found like the right presentation I wanted for it, but otherwise, that's basically the trick. I don't think I messed it up per se. I was a little hesitant and I had to double check something during the trick. But otherwise, I would say performance went fine. Things to hash out before I do my YouTube recording for it. So, oh, I see a heat map. Hang on. All right, that was close. It was moving. Hold on. Ah. 256. I've eaten a lot of heat maps. All right. Whew. Oh yeah, thanks for pinning the trick list, Chan. So we have. Well done. Thanks. That was yeah. So that one's brand new. Just learned it earlier this week. There are indeed 3 boss tricks. If anybody wants to try and find them, if you've been here in previous streams, you'll know what they are, or at least perhaps have some idea. They were the same from last week, but nobody hit them. So let me see. Let me just double check and make sure I know what they are. So if I see them. Oh yeah, I was going to do one last week, and then what ended up happening was a lot of people came in and requested stuff. So then I ended up doing just those tricks. Okay, all right. But anyway, I'm going to be going to a convention later this week. I think I'm going to be doing lots of Magic, even though it's a board game convention. But I think it'll go over well. Number one, and number two, I mean, nobody's going to want to play serious games with me, so everything will just be fun, and that's kind of I'm going to be going for fun. So let's see. Barney of the Rubble says my best trick is the money trick. You give me millions and I make it disappear. Oh, Barney, I can do that one too. I think I I have that. Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How's it going? Chan the Magic Man has requested Hitchcock Aces, which actually is one of the boss tricks. So there we have it. Let's go ahead and get ready for that. Uh-oh, good luck. I mean, I don't know. I think I remember how to do it, right? So I used to be super adamant about practicing like the boss tricks in between, and then I've not really been good about it, but I've been kind of like quote unquote repairing it during the stream, and if I like start it over or something, for example. But yeah, this one it just has a lot of moving parts, so. Okay. All right. GipsonLens, welcome in, Bert. How are you doing? And Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How are you guys doing? Oh yeah, thanks for getting a shout out for GipsonLens and Charlie's Beats. Thanks for shouting them out, guys. You're not following our friends GipsonLens, um, mod here, and acclaimed pianist. Um, plays piano, sight reads from songbooks, has a bunch of popular, esoteric, other songs on the song list. Also has composed a lot of his own originals. So if you're not following Bert, aka GipsonLens, give Bert a follow. And then Charlie's Beach. If you're not following Charlie, we believe one day, one day Charlie will stream again. But otherwise, I consider Charlie a Twitch famous chatter because I see him in like all the chats that I would hang out in. Acclaimed, says GipsonLens. I mean, look, maybe your bar of acclaimed is not my bar. You've exceeded my bar of acclaimed, but yeah, you've written so many originals, and like, I'm like, okay, maybe everybody else will think you're acclaimed after the album gets released. So, not to pressure you or anything. All right. Charlie is also God at words on stream. I'm wondering if Charlie's God at words on stream because Charlie plays it so much that Charlie just knows all of the words. Like, is that true, Charlie? Let's. All right. So, Hitchcock Aces is a boss trick. I think that's true. Yeah. So the question is a god because they just have all of the power and they're amazing and awesome? Or can they be a god if they work at it? And perhaps there's multiple meanings to the word God here. All right, we don't have to get super theological. I just want to get to the definition of the word God. I'm sorry if I offended anybody. Okay, all right, here we go. We're going to start with the four aces. We have the Ace of Hearts. We have the Ace of Clubs. We have the Ace of Diamonds and the Ace of Spades. Oh, actually, I like to keep the Ace of Spades ready because this is the one in which the trick it requires it. So, what we're going to do is let's go ahead and place all of the aces out on the table, like so. And then this is the part that I don't always remember, so I have to kind of like figure out what is it that I have to do now. I think I have to reveal that this top card, that's not an ace, and we'll leave that down here. And we're going to place 3 cards along with this ace. And lo and behold, if I do some magical gesture to make it travel from here to there, we actually just swap the cards. Because otherwise, if I just moved it there would be another card that appears. But no, that's not the case. Although that's a really interesting idea. So now if I show you, here we have 4 cards that are not the ace. And if I show you, we have, well, we knew that was there, but here's another ace. All right, once again, some other card, we'll place it down there. We will go ahead and drop a few cards on top of this ace. Magical gesture to transfer cards. Swapping. Fair trade. Hey! Chan's teleporting things. Thanks, Chan. But now if we take a look, none of these are aces. And that ace has hopped down here. Now, some people believe that this is not an ace, but look, if I show you, that is indeed an ace. But I'm going to go ahead and say, all right, let's leave this ace face down here. If you were here, you could place your hand on top of this ace. Let me go ahead and use my mouse to simulate your hand being on it. I'll leave these 3 other aces down here. And we do need to put a few other cards underneath your hand. So if you were here, I would just slide them in there. I do promise you that by the end of this trick, all the aces will be gathered together. So here, I'm going to go ahead and place some other card down here. And we will do that magical gesture to swap those cards. Now here's the thing, I did promise you that they would be together, but I didn't promise you that they would be together down here, because if you were here, you could take off your hand and look at the 4 cards yourself. But here's what they are. The Ace of Spades, the Ace of Clubs, the Ace of Hearts, and the Ace of Diamonds. Now you're probably wondering what these are, and at the end of a trick, you could probably just reveal and be like, oh, they're any cards. However, it'd be way more impressive if they were, well, if you don't know already, Chan is a magician, and Chan requested this trick. And I like to use the cards of the person who requested, if they've signed a card, is here Queen of clubs, Chan the Magic Man, along with the other 3 queens. And that, my friends, is Hitchcock Aces. And I would say we totally beat that boss. I was very happy with that performance. So, E-Room, welcome in. E-Room's got the what? What emote? Is that the correct emotion behind what? Hi, E-Room. How's it going? Welcome in. All right, let's beat the boss. I almost spelled this beat booze. Yo, I've defeated 69 boss tricks. Very nice. All right. Oh, that's the queens? Oh, that's the 4 queens? Oh, I see. I did not equate those at all. My apologies. I was gonna say what, but then like don't clip this, you know. Oh yes, thanks for giving a shout out to our friend E-Room, guys. If you're not following our friend E-Room, known as the Pope of Indiana, um, and has a variety stream, does all sorts of things. Sometimes in real life, sometimes opening random packages. I actually I was lurking a little bit, and I think you were opening Kinder eggs. I forgot it was earlier this week, right, or last week. But yeah, so yeah, if you're not following our friend E-Room, please give E-Room a follow. Also, strong supporter of Magic Twitch. So yeah, nom nom nom. Was it true that there was at some point some of the Kinder eggs were illegal in the United States because it was like an edible outside shell, but then inside was something that was like a toy but not edible, and that was the thing that made it illegal? Like, I don't know. But anyway. Oh, E-Room, I'm going to be, I don't know if I'll be in your neck of the woods, but I'm going to be in Indiana uh, later this week. So I'm going to be going to Indianapolis for Gen Con convention. So I'll be over there for 4-ish days, 4.5 days, I guess. Oh yes, guys. If you're interested in finding more magic on Twitch, I think everybody who's in chat knows everybody else in chat. But anyway, everybody follow everybody. Everybody in here is a great streamer, and definitely give everybody all the love and support. But yeah, if you want to find more magicians on Twitch, there aren't that many. There's me, there's Chan, both of us are here right now, and then there's Jack, aka InfoXR, and then there's Hallowthorn Ben. The Trek Nerd, welcome in. We're dumb in the U.S. I'd eat a couch if I didn't have a warning. Oh my god. Welcome in, Trek Nerd. How's it going? What days will you be in Indy? I'm going to be in Indy starting on Wednesday and then through like Sunday, basically. But I'll be attending a convention, so there'll be a lot of stuff. But if you're going to be like, if you're like in downtown Indianapolis, or sorry, yeah, downtown Indianapolis, then I should be around there. I'm actually meeting a friend that's not going to the convention on Friday night, so if you wanted to join for that, let me know. I'm 5 minutes from downtown. E-Room, that's amazing. Okay, all right. I'll send you a whisper, and then we'll see what we can. Let me write that down, and then. Send E-Room a whisper for meetup in Indy? Yeah, because if I could have maybe all the people who are not going to the convention hang out for dinner on Friday night, then I could see everybody, and that would be great. Yeah, let me know your free times you think you may have. Okay, all right, sounds good. Yeah, I'll let you know. Thank you. That's awesome. I might meet E-Room in real life, guys. So exciting. But yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, I'm going to be going to Gen Con later this week. So strong possibility that I'm going to be canceling Sleight of Hand Sunday next week, next weekend. So I'll be coming. I'll be either be coming back from Indy or I will be uh, extremely exhausted, or perhaps not even home yet. So depends on when we leave, I guess. I'm gonna be going with a bunch of board game friends of mine, so it should be a good time. All right. Okay, we took care of one boss trick. So last week I was setting up for another boss trick, but I didn't get a chance to do it because a bunch of people came in, requested stuff, and then it was the end of the stream. So I'm like, oh, nice. So let me see if... Yes, would be way cool. Yeah, definitely. I agree. We'll have to get a selfie, and then we can drop it in Chan's chat, in Chan's Discord. I'll be like, guys, I met E-Room. That's so cool. Oh yeah, reminder. If anybody's been sitting around for a while and you haven't hydrated for a bit, reminder to hydrate. I'm having black tea, as per usual. Alright. So, let's see here. Let's go ahead. And I know that, we are at 69 boss tricks, but I think it would be okay if I were to move away from the 69 boss tricks. Um, blue, red. Okay, let's add this. Okay, so this is a boss trick as well. So let's get into it. All right, first things first, we have 2 black cards, 2 red cards. Now, the thing you may not know is that the 2 red cards are red on the backs, and the 2 blue cards, or sorry, black cards are blue on the back because there isn't like blue ink. And so here's the interesting thing. If we were to mix these up on the front, right, you would expect that they would be mixed on the back. But all I have to do is show you that they are not really mixed on the back. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? But look, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and clearly show you that they're mixed on the front. Red, blue. Okay, and I will turn the packet over, and all we have to do is snap, and magically they will unmix themselves. I know, is that strange? That's super strange, right? That should not happen. Is that a little bit weird? That's a little bit weird, right? But that's okay. Some people know that I'm a magician, and they think that they know how the trick is done. So, see, look, sometimes if I actually mix them like this, and then I turn the packet over, right? But actually what ends up happening is I secretly unmix them, right? So look, if I show you, they're mixed, but what if I unmix them? That's the secret thing, right? However, some people believe that when they think they see me unmix them, they're actually still mixed. I know, is that weird? That's a little bit weird, right? Because look, I don't know if you know, but they're actually still mixed. But if I wanted to unmix them, right? Here they are unmixed. Is that a little bit strange? A little bit strange. And that, my friends, is I would call that a satisfactory performance of this. So there we have it. Woo! All right, and we'll beat that boss too. Nice. 70. I know, 69 was fleeting. All right. So how was everybody's weekend? Anybody do anything awesome? So yesterday, my wife and I took our kid on a quote unquote mini road trip. It's not really like a road trip. It's like a day trip. But it's like the furthest that we've gone for one consecutive drive with the kid. It was only an hour and a half away, but with a 3-year old, it could be interesting. But she was perfectly fine. We went to a state park with a couple of other friends that also drove the hour and a half to get there, and they had 2 kids. And all the kids played on the playground. It was by the lake, so we could put our feet in the water. We can go swimming too, but um, the Raj Mahal, welcome in. How's it going? I upgraded Node and .NET packages. Yes, Raj Mahal, continue. I see the ellipsis, so I'm actually waiting for more for this story. Go on, and everything broke, or everything succeeded on the first try, or like I don't know. Oh, it was a great weekend. Oh, I see, I see. Okay, got it, got it. Now I understand, except that I guess I didn't know the outcome before. It could have been a horrible weekend, or it could have been a wonderful weekend. So that's the thing. Um, by the way, if anybody didn't know, .NET 6 end of life later this year. So if anybody uses anything and still in .NET 6, make sure you upgrade those. I think we're trying to upgrade to .NET 8, so it's a non-issue. Uh, lol, and then tries. Eroom says, I flew my Learjet up to Nova Scotia to see the total eclipse of the sun. Oh, you saw a total solar eclipse? That's awesome. Wait. Did you? You don't really have a Learjet, do you? This is the part that we're gonna call Eroom on. It's not the Nova Scotia part. It's not the total eclipse part. It's the Learjet. That's obviously right. Okay. For a second in my mind, I was thinking about playing it off and being like, no, you totally didn't see a solar eclipse. We would have heard a lot more about a solar eclipse. But no, totally. Learjet, believable, right? Like, see, Raj Mahal says, my manager whose experience is in Power BI, not, okay, thought that upgrading Angular 9 to Angular 15 and all third-party libraries was a one day, was a 1 day thing? Yeah. What's that? That's 6 major versions? I mean, come on, that's asking for it. I mean, I don't know if you could have like smaller stepping stones, like just maybe go from 9 to 11 to 13 to 15. But I mean, that's still potentially like a 4 day. I mean, some of those might have smaller, but I mean, that's 6 versions. That's a lot. Uh, lyrics, but from which song? Oh, I don't know what song that is from, Eroom. A large majority of the music I listen to is not English, so I mean, I guess there's a lot of English lyrics in K-pop, but if anybody doesn't know, I love K-pop. I listen to K-pop a lot, so that's yeah. Rajmal, just wait till I explain to them the syntax changes in 18. Oh man. Well, good luck, Raj Mahal. That is good luck. All right. I see some more requests. Thank you for the requests, Panther Ninja and Charlie's Beats. So let's go ahead and another thing I've been doing kind of a little bit interesting. So I had been using Opera GX and Brave almost exclusively for months after I did like my last like browser exploratory research, and now I'm using Edge because I also use like Firefox on my work computer. even though like Chrome is like everything for everything, but then I've been trying to use a lot of my personal stuff on like other browsers. Um, and I'm like, wow, Edge has actually changed and has a bunch of native features that some of the other browsers that I've kind of grown accustomed to in some, but not all of them have. And I'm like, and then also like with the integration with ChatGPT, and I'm like, I can't really hate Edge because I mean it's already on Chromium, so it's. All right, so let's get ready for center of attention. So let's see here. Center of attention. Oh, interesting. I haven't integrated ChatGPT into any browsers yet. Oh, okay. I think it's just because you can chat with it, and it's like just a regular. It's not. Yeah. I mean, it's just built-in support, I guess. Anybody? So if anybody's into generative AI and is looking and is working, I've been reading some articles about like the fact that so much information on the internet is created by not people, like bots creating bots or like bots updating things and bots making requests. And if anybody's heard of like the dead internet theory, which is like the majority of the internet, the majority of the internet traffic is not people doing anything anymore. It's mostly like bots and automated systems and things like that. But the interesting thing about that is if that's true, then perhaps there's a chance that the future of generative AI descends into the spiral of things that don't make sense or is horrible because it's not stuff that's created by people for people. It's basically stuff created by bots for people, and that's not necessarily like what trains AI the best or whatever. So lots of news articles now. Yeah, lots of news articles. All right, so sorry to keep you waiting, Panther Ninja. All right, so we have 4 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, off topic. All right, no, it's okay. I love talking about technology, even though not all topics are like my favorite, but there's some things that really get me. Um, so one of these cards, no worries, yeah, one of these cards is way more narcissistic and egotistical than the rest. Anybody know what it is? I'll give you one guess. The guess is probably correct. It's probably the Ace of Spades. And if you guess anything else besides the Ace of Spades, I mean, you might be correct if you have great arguments for it. But for the purposes of this trick, it's going to be the Ace of Spades. Um, and naturally, because it is, look at the pip on it. It's way more gigantic than all of the other pips on all of the other aces. And here's the thing that I want to do with it. We want to discipline it, right? So let's pretend that the Ace of Spades is like a 3-year-old. I'm not projecting like my 3-year-old or anything. I love my 3-year-old, but to be fair, she does have some things where it's like she needs to work on, but that's okay. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and place it over here, and we're gonna go ahead and put it into the packet like this, face down. But it is a very stubborn 3-year-old, and it wants to be the center of attention. And so it's going to find a way to turn itself face up like this among the packet. I know. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? That's okay. We're going to try and tell the toddler to, okay, you can't always get things the way that you want. You have to deal with what is given to you sometimes. And so we're gonna have her. I just say her because my kid's 3 years old, and so she's gonna be face down amongst the rest of the cards. But she wants to be the center of attention, and that is gonna go ahead and make the Ace of Spades turn back up. And now I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. that is, you're being too defiant. You know, kids this age, sometimes they're really defiant with their kids. I want to send her to timeout. And so look, I'm gonna grab her and put her in timeout. She'll be up here. But actually, if you can't tell, she found a way to escape timeout because look, here she is down here. You're probably wondering what's in my hand, and actually all of the other cards. So she swapped places with everything. And so here, my friends, this is the center of attention. It's a rebellious teenager, says Panther Ninja. Sometimes people say that it's a rebellious three-nager, which is my kid is three. So anyway, super strange, says the Raj Mahal. Yeah, what? Says the Raj Mahal. And then rebellious teenager. Anyway, thank you so much for that request, Panther Ninja. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you kindly for the claps and applause. E-Room, Panther Ninja, the Raj Mahal. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. You know what? Talking about toddlers for that one is actually really appropriate for where I am in my life right now. So that's good. That works, I think. Okay. I did have, let's see, the next one requested by Charlie's Beats. Thanks for the request, Charlie. Twisting Picasso's arm. All right. Okay. I do have a packet for it, but I don't think I updated it to be the updated handling. So I might just crack open. Oh, actually, I have not shown these cards, but to be fair, I wasn't really planning on using these ever on stream, but now might be a good time. And I can't use the Twitch deck for this. So anyway, there are bicycle decks that look identical, but they are jumbo. It's not that these cards are jumbo. The indexes are jumbo. And so if we take a look, like here, super easy to read, right? So I was actually wondering if I should one day maybe use these on stream, but anyway. This may or may not reveal some of the trick, but you could do this trick if you just have two decks, the different colored backs. And so, there, my friends. So hold on, let me get ready for this, and then we will go from there. And then we will make sure that all is good in the hood. Okay. All right. Where were we? Oh, yes. We were going to go ahead and show you. And then, all right, box. And then, okay, after I do this trick, then I'll show you the jumbo, more of the jumbo. Okay, we'll go there. Okay. Here we go. All right, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 blue-backed face cards. They're all actually, if you take a look, black face cards. Okay. However, this trick is a little bit interesting in that we are going to try and change how some of these cards look. So first things first, you'll see right here, they're all blue backed. But if I take the box that has a little bit of red ink on it, I'm just going to use my fingers and I'm going to dab a little bit of that red ink. And I'm going to go ahead and place that red ink on the packet. You may not notice anything happening to this card here, but that ink is going to settle and sink down, and you'll see that one of these cards has changed into a red-backed card. I know, interesting, right? Is that weird? That's super weird, right? That's okay. We're going to do that again. Let me grab some more ink, some more red ink, and drop that on the packet like this. And now you'll see there's actually 1, 2 red cards. I know, strange, huh? Okay, let's see. And now, let's go ahead and grab some ink. And now we've got 3 red face cards there. And then we have we've got 1 more. All right. And then finally, I'm just going to get the ink for the final red card. And as you see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 red backed cards. Now here's the interesting thing about this. Some people wonder, hey, what's going on with the packet? Because not only did I grab the red ink from the box and place it, and it changed the backs, but if you remember, these were all black face cards before, but it's actually also affected the front, because if I show you, they're actually all red face cards. And that, my friends, is twisting Picasso's arm. Thank you kindly for that request, Charlie's Beats. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and show you the these decks now. So blue and red. Now, if we take a look at jumbo cards, so these are the indexes are way big, so probably super easy to read. And if we compare that to a regular bicycle deck, so here's a regular. Let me look for the Jack of Diamonds. Okay, so here's a good comparison. So like the picture is bigger, but the index is much smaller, right? So on all of these, it should be pretty easy to read the index. And then it's less important like what is on the front. Now, this garners a couple of things for magicians. I don't think I'm giving anything away per se, but this might be like a good, you know, hey, if you do magic, these are good considerations. A couple of things are if you're very bad at like keeping things together, if you accidentally show an index, the index is huge, and so if you mess that up, that's like a mess up, right? But the great thing about this is that on a regular card, you actually have the pips going off to the corners, whereas here you know that there's a safe like amount of space, like basically on each border. If it doesn't expose the index, then you can do some shenanigans. One thing that I don't mind sharing with everybody else is let's pretend you're using like let me see here, like a 6, like red 6 and a black 6, for example, and I went to place this into the middle of the deck, but but you thought like this was a selection or something. And so what I could do is I could go ahead and push this mostly into the deck, show you that this is the red 6, when in actuality you might believe that this is the diamonds, but this is actually the heart, right? And so the diamonds I've kept here. So that's one benefit of using the index. It's a lot less sensitive to that, and then you have a huge amount of blank space like around the border. So like I just spread this way, and this is all blank. Let me see if I can. Okay, yeah. So anyway, there's some implications for that, and some usage, like magician usage for that. But anyway, wow, so many advantages. Yes, you could do a bunch of things with these that I don't think would be as easy, or would be like more or less risky, I guess, depending. So it's not like, you know, like if you are talking about bringing a gun to a knife fight, right? I mean, that's kind of irrelevant. The gun will basically win every time. But if you are limited to bringing just knives only, but like there's different advantages and disadvantages of certain kind of knives, right? So like the jumbo deck is just a different kind of knife for for card magic. There are advantages, but there are also disadvantages. So it depends on like who you are, what types of magic you do, how risky your tricks are, that kind of thing. Um, so, but I can see that if I didn't have the Twitch deck, I could see myself using these on camera because it'd just be so much better uh, to read. And also, like, I can imagine carrying a deck of these just to show people, like, hey, over there in the back row, like, you know, do you see what these are? And the answer is probably more likely yes compared to, like, the regular. Um, Hold on, let me just pull out 4 random cards from. And it's like, here's regular. Not as good. Right? Not as clear. Hold on. Here, side by side. Yeah. So it does make a difference. Anyway, things I think about as a card magician. If anybody's curious, I just let you all in on a little bit. So that's that. All right, let's see what else happened today. So we had one of my daughter's friends come over with her mom to play in the pool because we have a pool and it was really hot out today. And also, if I don't get people jumping in the pool, I pay a lot of money to have like the chemicals available to balance like the pool chemicals so people can safely swim in it. And like we live in a place where it's not always good enough weather to swim. And so I'm like, oh, I need to like swim more. So it was good. All right, there's also, oh, okay, hold on. I'm going to see if I can pull this off right now. This is going to be a super weird thing. Oh my God, guys, I just caught a fly. I just Okay, you're not going to believe this. So I knew that this fly was flying around here, and I had like a plastic container from like old food stuff, but I've just trapped it. Wait, let me close the container, and then I will have trapped it. Okay, I've trapped it. Here we are. Actually, this is probably going to be better down here. So it was actually buzzing around earlier, and I did not enjoy it. But look, I just caught a fly. It was just crawling on my laptop, and surprisingly, it didn't try and fly away. But there it is. So there we have it. I've caught a fly. Name it and keep it as a pet. Oh man, if I wanted to keep it as a pet, I'm going to have to put air holes in this because it is probably going to perish. So it was funny because when I was at the park yesterday, there was actually a fly that kept on flying onto me and like crawling on my legs and my arms and stuff. And I feel like it was the same one that kept on coming back. And I was like, "Hey guys!" I was telling my daughter, I was like, "Hey, look, I have a fly friend. It's crawling on my arm. It's crawling on my leg." So, okay, hold on. What is this? Oh, that's these. Okay. So yeah, those are the big index cards, and and you just saw me catch a fly. That's unusual. That definitely doesn't happen every stream. There it is. So yeah, is anybody scared of bugs? It followed you home? There's no way. E-room, there's no way. The drive was an hour and a half, and I did not see any flies in the car, so there's no way. There's no way. If this is the same, hold on, wait. Okay, we can do a scientific comparison. Okay, hold on. I took pictures of the fly on my person yesterday, so we can. Is this what this has devolved to? Is this what my stream? It's no longer a magic stream. It's an etymology stream in which we compare this fly with a bunch of pictures of the fly that I took yesterday. Come on, no, I don't want to do. Hold on, my phone's being silly about. Uh, Okay, here we are. Okay, so here's the fly that was on me yesterday. The Rusty Panda says, I made it. Welcome in, the Rusty Panda. The Rusty Panda, you came in a very weird time on stream, so I'm just going to let you know right now. Anyway, so here's the fly. No doubt about it. It's the same fly. It loves you. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Because if you take a look, okay, see, this fly, it may look very similar, but is absolutely not the same fly. You can't tell, but it is, it's got a, like a long pointy butt on it, and the one that befriended me does not have that. And then this one is shorter. It's definitely shorter, right? So it definitely, there's no way. What is happening right now? Says Alchemmutation. All right, welcome in Alchemmutation and the Rusty Panda. Oh yeah, and thank you for getting shout outs for our friends. All right, let me move away from this and shout everybody out first. Welcome in the Rusty Panda and Alchemmutation, guys. If you're not following our friends, the Rusty Panda, also a mod here, is does a bunch of different kinds of streams. Does music streams, does an interview stream, and so if you're not following the Rusty Panda, please give the Rusty Panda a follow. The interview stream is definitely unique because it's Wiki Wednesdays. So, and then if you're not following our friend Alchemmutation, a.k.a. Craig, guitarist, plays Smilecore, and if you are not smiling while listening to Smilecore, it's probably not Craig. But plays guitar, plays community games, also has a demon named Bob, occasionally showing up on stream. So please give our friends a follow, and yeah. So hey Chan, hey dude, hey Craig, hello, lol lol lol, hey Mike. Oh guys, we didn't know Mike is E-Room. Good timing. Hello, what's up? Hey. All right. Oh hi. All right. Okay. There we go. So, got you what you were. So I talked about my weekend a little bit, and then I had a fly flying around here, and I caught it inside this container. I knew it was flying around, and I'm like, I had an open container just like over here, and I'm like, okay, if it gets near me and I have the opportunity, I'm gonna try and catch it, and I did. Like for some reason, when I got really close to it, it did not fly away. So but then everybody's like, no, no, no. The fly that I befriended at the park yesterday followed me home. But there's no way because the park is like an hour and a half drive away, and I didn't see any flies in the car on the car ride home. And we even made a stop in between. So we stopped at the winery. Pro tip: don't bring kids to the winery. But I mean, we did. So, ay ay ay. He got in your car. No, no, no. There's no way. It's not the same one. No, no. So, and I have verifiable picture proof. So okay. So here's the fly that I befriended, and then here is the fly that I just caught. And it might be tough to both see through this container, but also like, uh, it's over stream. They do not look alike. Trust me that I'm telling you they don't look alike. They're both disgusting. Yes, I mean, look, somebody was telling me to name it and keep it as a pet, and there's no chance of that. But look, I'll do you a favor, and we will release it. That's I catch and release. I mean, they look the same, so it must be the same. No, they're not the same. Look, just because something looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, doesn't necessarily mean it is a duck, right? Like that's. All right, guys. If anybody wants to request any magic, the the trick list is pinned. Chen pinned the trick list. Feel free to request something. We just did 2 boss tricks, and then got into fly shenanigans, fly-nanigans. And oh, sorry. No, we did 2 boss tricks, and then we did twisting Picasso's arm, which was actually not a boss trick, and then we did fly nanigans. Okay, yeah, fly nanigans. That's right. A TM. If anybody wants to use that for business reasons, you're gonna have to get through my legal first, which I have none. So I have no legal. Ah. Okay. Well, he's probably hungry after that flight. You might want to give him some cereal or something. Is that what flies eat? No, flies eat. All right. That's not what flies eat, right? Flies don't eat that. No, no, no. Okay. So it was fun for my 3-year-old to watch the fly crawling on me because it looked like it was like eating random particles from my skin. Because you know how like the. All right, if you guys think flies are disgusting, we shouldn't be talking about this. All right. Just. Do you have a dog? No, I don't have a dog. I have a cat. I have a cat. All right. So here the next trick. So we have the ace of hearts. Okay, the ace of clubs, the ace of diamonds, and then the ace of spades. Cat will work. Yes. Well, so my cat, unfortunately, might be on her way out. She is getting very old, and so okay. So all the aces are out. And I'm going to go ahead and place 3 cards onto each pile, like so. We'll go ahead and do that. Our dogs know flies as sky raisins. All right, full disclosure, I used to hate raisins as like a kid, especially when they were given out as like trick or treat candies, but I've recently been exploring other dried fruits, like cherries and blueberries and things, and I tried raisins again, and raisins are not as objectionable as they used to be. And I think that is probably because I'm getting older. Like that's got to be the only reason because there's no reason to like raisins. Dogs and cats make fly food. Yep, that's for sure. No, my cat is a little bit elderly and she is not able to run around and do stuff, and yeah, it's a little depressing. Like my wife and I were talking about, when's the right time to euthanize basically. So which, by the way, if anybody has had an elderly cat, I don't really know the answer. So it's like, what are the signs you look for to know that it's okay? And, if it's not too early and that kind of stuff. Anyway, sorry, that was a glimpse into like the one of the real life things I mean, all the stuff I talk about is real life that is about my life and but I mean, this is like something that I've been kind of bothered with for the last like week and a half or so. Anyway, we're going to have this ace jump from up here down here. Because look, that snap did it all. And look, because look, there's no more aces over here. It has teleported. Thanks, Chan, for that teleport. Because now, if I show you down here, well, we knew that the ace of spades was down here. We knew Charlie's Beats was here. But look, I mean, there's some other. But look, that has moved the ace of diamonds down here. All right. My cat killed a wolf spider and just left it there as a trophy. Oh man, when cats leave trophies. Okay, next ace. Here we go. Look at that. Wow, lol. Because now take a look. There's no aces here. That ace has jumped down here. Once again, we knew that the ace of spades was there. And then we even knew that the ace of diamonds was there. But look, we now know that the ace of clubs is there. And then finally, this last packet. Now look, if I show you, we have the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, the ace of diamonds, and the ace of spades. Now, some people believe that, hey, there's some shenanigans going on because this is sleight of hand magic stream, and you know what? You're right, but maybe to try and convince you that this is magic, I'm going to go ahead and grab the ace of spades and place it into this packet over there. And if you were here, you could place your hand on this packet. I'll once again use my mouse to get placed on that packet. I'm not on delay, lol. I mean, no, it's okay. I understand. Hey, the internet, Twitch, and but okay. So here we have the other three aces. But look, if I just go ahead and I wave this over your hand, 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if you noticed, but actually, we do have the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, and the ace of diamonds. But that ace of spades has jumped up into my hand. And if we take a look, there's actually no aces here. Because here they are. And that, my friends, is ace assembly. Flananigans! From now on, forever, if anybody ever says Flananigans, nobody will ever know what you mean unless you were here for it first. What did you guys talk about last night? Oh, Flananigans. What the hell's Flananigans? Hey guys, he said something weird. Flananigans. Thank you kindly for the claps. The Rusty Panda. E-Room. Thanks for the wow, E-Room. It's an Irish pub. Is it really an Irish pub? or or will it become an Irish pub is maybe a better question. All right, I'm intrigued. I must look this up. Flanagan's. Okay. I think someday maybe. Okay, got it. All right. Hey guys, I'm starting an Irish pub. Yo. If you need some funding and because you're gonna name it Flynanigans, you let me know. I will advertise your Kickstarter or whatever it is you need to get that business open. And if it's nearby, I will attempt to become a patron. If it's far away, well, that'll be tougher. But all right. Thank you kindly for that request, Chan the Magic Man. Hopefully you enjoyed. So that was, I will say, that was probably the least organized and structured performance of that, because I literally talked about everything else that was going on in chat while that trick was going. But importantly, I did not mess up where I was in the trick in my head, so I was able to continue, which was amazing because I was like, "Oh my god, I have to really think about it." But I'm like, I'm too busy responding in chat. It's like, "Aha, trick, we got it. It's good." You did awesome. Thank you. Yes. Like one of the hallmarks of I think a great magic experience is knowing that if I can just actually talk like a regular person while doing the trick, and it's like, then that means I'm personable, right? So like if I get put in a real situation where I would have to do a gig and a performance, I can interact with those people like legit, and then also still do the magic. So it's like, hey, I met a magician yesterday, and I was able to interact with him legitimately. I don't know why this person I happened to come across was British-ish, but legitimate interaction. uh, all right, guys. Trick queue is empty. If anybody wants to request any magic, feel free. The trick queue is pinned up in chat. While I'm gonna go ahead and throw in. Let's see. The typical trick that I'm trying to practice every stream because why not? Just to keep it fresh. I never want to forget it, basically. So we have 4 coins, 4 cards, and I'm going to be doing the basic coin matrix. Oh wait, no, this is further off camera. I want it this way. Sorry, guys. Ever since I captured the fly, my center is off. All right, because I bumped the camera, which makes sense. All right, next year, I know that I'm going to be attempting to go to a magic convention, Magifest, which is a small convention. So I'm still debating on what my big convention will be next year, but we'll get there. All right. Okay. First things first. I'm gonna try and cover each card. Sorry. I'm gonna cover each coin with a card. Let me talk English, good guys. It's a very basic thing that I think someone such as myself, i.e., a native English speaker, should be able to do. Okay. All right. The fly is taking over. Yo, dude, don't even talk like that because there are like so we have the Trek nerd in chat potentially, and there was like an episode where parasites took over and they were basically like flies. There's also a book called The Fly, which maybe it isn't really about the fly, but it's like about a culture of perhaps people not treating each other very nicely, to put it plainly. Yeah, you read into that if you guys have read The Fly, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, English are hard, says Alchemy-Mutation. That is correct. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna teleport coins from here to there. Pay attention; it happens pretty quick, and then we make this. You gotta jump from here to there. There we go, and then one more, last one, and ta-da! Okay, there we have it. Teleport. Thank you for the Thank you kindly for the teleport, E-Room, and attempted teleport Alchemy-Mutation. So there we have it. Ah! Alright, my delay is longer than Panda's, lol. Yeah, I tried to have low latency, but I don't know how, Twitch isn't like the best at it, so. And then even when I'm like wired in and I'm trying to like be on somebody else's stream and timely, and it's like sometimes it's like super delayed. I'm just like, oh, come on. That was slick. Thank you kindly, Alchemy-Mutation. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, Alchemy-Mutation, uh, E-Room. All right. Favorite song is Fly Me to the Moon. Oh, yeah. Fly me to the moon. Da, 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 da. So I like jazz, but I don't think I really fell in love with that song until after I watched the anime Evangelion. So if anybody has heard or knows of Neon Genesis Evangelion, um, Fly Me to the Moon has a different meaning for anybody who's seen that anime. So and let me play among and let me play among the stars. I don't know the lyrics. Yeah. Do you do any dollar bill tricks? I do not. However, we might be able to finagle something. Let me check on something for you, E-Room, before I commit to saying we can't. Yeah, I don't have any dollar bills down here right now. However, you know what? I will do something that demonstrates that whole dollar bill thing in a minute. But yeah, I'll do the Rubik's Cube redeem first. But actually, let me put the magician choice in there, and then I'm gonna put a reminder so that it's an E-Room dollar thing. E-Room money thing. So I don't think I can do a money thing, but I can tell you a little bit about something where some magic stuff has crossed over into the real world, but not for a good reason. But yeah, so let's do the Rubik's Cube first. All right, Craig, you have requested a Rubik's Cube solve. I can only solve a 3x3, unlike Chan that can solve like, 3x3, 4x4, 5x5, 2x2, Mega Minx, all of those. But anyway, would you like me to solve the baby one or the regular sized one, Craig? You let me know. He keeps missing our funny jokes, Craig. Regular. All right. Sounds good. Okay, so we will just scramble this right now. I know. Oh. Did I miss? Fly Nagel? Oh. I mean, you guys stream. Sometimes chat goes by so fast. Sometimes sometimes things pop out differently. So, or he's ignoring. No, no, I'm not ignoring you. No, no. If I was ignoring you, I would let you know. Hey, hey, I'm ignoring you. That's. I think he's too fly to respond to us. Okay, I guess for the purposes of during this solve, I will ignore chat. Just I'm just saying, I don't want anybody to be offended. It's not you, it's me. I'm paying attention to solving. Okay, so here we're gonna get the the cross, and then we're gonna we're gonna get the corners. Okay, and then we're gonna get this corner. And then over here on this corner, we'll do that. Okay, so now we got the top, the first layer. Now the middle layer. Let's go ahead and do this. If anybody has said anything in chat, I swear I'm not ignoring chat. I'm literally just solving a cube because somebody redeemed it. It was our friend Alchemmutation, actually. Whom I swear I'm not ignoring in stream. I'm just literally not looking at chat right now. That's it. That's all. I don't think anybody should be offended at the moment. If anybody is to be offended, you can be offended later. That's what I'm saying. Okay, now we have the fish. I swear, if anybody's saying anything in chat, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to focus on this solve and just saying things out loud. That's all. Okay. So we have this bottom. We have headlights. So I just need to swap these two corners, and then I'm going to go ahead and move these centers just like around. So here we go, and then we're going to do it one more time. And solved. Okay, I'm now going to look at chat and unignore chat. Okay. Alright, let's see. What the hell did I miss? I'm cackling, says. I'm kidding, of course. Alright. We love you, Crazy Asian. Thank you, Kat. Indeed! Hug. Alright, the Rusty Panda gives a big, warm, fuzzy bear hug on the mouth. Yep. If you guys did not know that, that's my hug command. And and it's broken. So clearly, whoa, what? A bear hug on the mouth? I was not prepared for that. Craig, ain't nobody prepared for the bear hug on the mouth, okay? I'm just saying. Eroom's laughing. And on the mouth. Yep, that's right. Absolutely. Look, I wanted to put the word juicy in there, but I thought that was maybe a little too over the top. So I stuck with bear hug on the mouth. So there you go. Anyway, that was the cube solve. Thank you kindly for that request, Craig. Hopefully you enjoyed. To be honest, you probably enjoyed chat and the bear hug and me talking more than the actual solve itself. But there we go. I concur. Yeah. All right, I'm going to write a note, and I don't think I saw a note last time that I needed to fix that, but I now remember. Yeah. Fix hug command. All right. So now I'm going to remember. All right. Let's see here. I'm enjoying all of this. All this chaos. Or if I was very bad at reading English, maybe I could read it. I'm enjoying all of this chaos. Chaos. That's right. Is that not how you pronounced the Sonic little critters? from Sonic the Hedgehog. Anyway, okay, all right. Let's see. Okay, I don't. I never get a chance to use these, so I'm gonna use. They're slightly bigger cards, but Chaos is exactly what I meant. Ah, okay, excellent. That's wonderful. Okay, so this is not a money trick per se, but I do want to tell you because for those of you who did not know, I do work in software related to payments fraud, and sometimes I come across things that are not related to like digital payments fraud, but actual physical payments fraud. So here's an interesting thing: you could conceivably uh, fake pretending to know. So I'm gonna use these big cards because I don't get a chance to use these big cards, but it's like a little bit they're a little bit like wider than cards and like a little bit longer, not quite as long as like dollar bills in the United States, but I mean there's some countries that have like dollar bills of this size, right? But something that you could, yeah, payments fraud, I gotta go. Yeah, no. So anyway, so this particular thing is, let's pretend you needed to pay somebody some money, and but you had a lot more money, but you didn't want them to know that you had that much money, right? So what you could do is show them, okay, let's pretend that each one of these is a 20, right? So here, 20, 40, 60, 80. So you could pretend that you had 80 bucks, but in actuality, you have more money than that in your hand. And actually, not only that, some of the bills are actually facing the opposite direction. I don't know if you guys saw that, but there you go. Um, so that's one thing that you could do. Or, for example, something else you could, let's say you had to pay somebody $100, and these are 20s, right? So 20, 40, 60, 80. Nope, we're short. Sorry. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. There we go. A little bit better. What is this money that you speak of? I know, right? I'm just let's pretend in your deepest darkest fantasy. Why is it deepest darkest? I mean, in your fantasies where you have lots of 20s. So yeah, here we go. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, right? However, you really just gave them 60 bucks. Um, but you can count it as though it is different. And this might be giving away too much, but for anybody who's here, you guys you're going to be in on a little bit of a secret there. So these some people are potentially using card sleights to count their money in a different way to deceive people. Now I've seen people do this in which they will count cash for things like small amounts of jewelry, using hundreds perhaps, and like it's a huge thing. And then when people review like camera footage later, it's totally them doing card sleights basically on money. Um, and so that's something to look for, right? So anyway, here's a fun little game we can play with this. And now that you know that this exists, right? So for example, all right, here's some cards. So the name of the game is guess how many cards I have in my hand and guess how many cards are face up. Now knowing what I can do. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So any guesses how many cards are in my hand and how many cards are face up? So, all right. So it looks like the Rusty Panda is saying 5. Okay, here's a fun little game where you get robbed. Yo, if this was not on Twitch, then yeah, if I was asking you to do this in real life and being like, yo, you should put some money on this, don't do that. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4. E-Room says 8 total, 4 face up. Ooh. Panda says 5. I assume that's 5 total in hand. Okay, all right. So we got anybody else want to play? Anybody else want to play? Going once, going twice. I'm gonna say E-Room. You're really close. You almost had it. You almost had 100%. So here's what I'm gonna. Yeah. Alchemutations is 6. 3 face up. Ooh, Alchemutations also pretty close. All right, here we go. Ready? I have a total of 7 cards. 4 are face up. So there we go. Oh, like Alchemmutation. If you and E-Room were one person, you would have averaged together to have the correct answer. All right, and that, my friends, is it's not a money trick, but is a trick talking about a real life application of money where they use card slides to basically scam like a store, which is very sad because a lot of times they're doing this not in like big box stores because most of the times that's like payment automated or like they have cameras everywhere. These are usually done in like mom and pop stores where they can't afford like security and stuff. And I'm just like, that's so depressing. But if you are aware of it, you can now watch for it. Together, Mike and I make the common sense of one person, says Alchemmutation. Alchemmutation together. We're winners. Apart, not so much. Ah, okay. So they are both common sense and winners together. Thank you kindly for the claps. Little Rusty Panda, Chan the Magic Man, E-Room, Chan. Right? Wonder Twins unite. Oh yes, thanks for clearing that, Chan. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed now. Lol, it's been a long hot day. Catch ya on the fly, says Rusty Panda. Alright, Rusty Panda, thanks for stopping in. Have a glorious night. Take care, sleep well. Remember to hydrate and stretch. Speaking of hydrating, allow me to hydrate. Anybody else who needs to hydrate out there too. Alright, so I just saw Wonder Twins in the chat. So let me. I'm hydrating with a beer. Beer is mostly water. So therefore, true. Success. That being said, actually, may I ask, Craig, do you know what the ABV is of your beer? Because if it's especially less than like 7%, like less than 7%, it's definitely probably more hydrating as a beer. But if it's more alcoholic than that, then the diuretic effect is probably too high, and you will probably be losing more water than 5%. Yes, okay, that is definitely hydrating beer then, for sure. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, all right. So I saw Wonder Twins in chat, so we should do a um, Wonder Twins trick. I don't know how this is going to work out, so I'm just kind of making it up on the fly. But guys, we have a pair of Wonder Twins here. Here in chat. If you did not know, the Wonder Twins are Alchemmutation and E-Room. Heck yes, on the fly. Yeah, yes, on the. Look, I did not deliberately use that word for no reason. Okay, I did that very, very deliberately. So I'm glad you were here to catch that, because if you did not catch that, I would have been horribly disappointed. Okay. All right. We call that piss beer in Indy. You piss after every beer, says E-Room. Uh, okay. All right. So, okay. Okay, here we have 2 cards, and it's kind of strange because it's Charlie's beats Ace of Spades and the 3 of Diamonds, which has not been signed by anybody. Which, if by the way, if anybody wants to sign a card, helps support the stream, and you get a card with your name on it. And if you come in and you request a trick, I try and use your card if possible when you request a trick. But anyway, but here's the thing: if I go ahead and I turn the packet over once and twice, Charlie's beats will still be on top, right? Yeah, that's right. But if I turn it over 1, 2, and 3 times, something interesting is going to happen. And actually, so here's the thing. I said that this trick was supposed to be for the Wonder Twins. And Charlie's Beats was not paired at all, because the 3 of diamonds hasn't been signed. But if I invert the suits like this, I don't know if you can tell, but Alchemmutation has signed the Ace of Clubs, and E-Room has signed the 3 of Hearts and not the 3 of Diamonds, and therefore Wonder Twins. What? Oh yeah, there you go. Alchemmutation says, what? Come on! Oh, thank you kindly for the bits, Alchemmutation. I heard the sound, and then I was reading chat, and so I totally forgot. But thank you so much for the bits, Alchemmutation. Didn't have to. Greatly appreciate it. Wonder Twins unite! Let's see. So when you say Wonder Twins, and especially if you think about E-Room and Craig, right? What do you think about? You think about they would be the best wrestlers, right? That's totally the thing that comes to mind, and that's totally what you wanna see. So if Alchemmutation and E-Room were in the ring, they could take down some of the greatest, right? So we solved a puzzle of Gleek the other night. That's awesome. Alchemmutation says that's right. Okay, great. So look, Alchemmutation and E-Room, right? They can totally take down the best of the best, because look, they're going to go ahead and take down one of the kings. They're going to take down one of their adversaries. In this case, Mark Rides. That's who they're going to take down first, right? But now they're going to have their second match. Their next match is going to be with somebody else, right? And so look, all they have to do is just jump in the ring, and you'll see. Okay, maybe that was very bad, but you'll see that. Look, they took down somebody else. They took down another kid. This is Ice Flame X. A lot less funny than Mark Rides, so we'll because Mark Rides hangs out in your chats, right? Okay, but look. So, but E-Room and Alchemmutation, they have another match. Okay, so they're gonna need to take down another one. They're gonna need to take that, Mark. Lol, says Greg. But look, they're gonna take down another king. In this case, this is Ames Andrew. So, but anyway, then finally they're gonna take down their final opponent, and that will be the Raj Mahal, who was actually in chat earlier. Oh man, funny times. And so there we have it, guys. The Wonder Twins taken down match after match. Although it was a little bit funny because it was 2 of them for each one of them, so it might have not been a little bit that fair. But dominating the tag team circuit, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you say Wonder Twins, and I'm like, I think of wrestling as it for some reason. I don't know why. All right, let me see. Okay, I'm actually going to hold on. I'm gonna update some statistics for a second. Before I proceed to the next trick, because I want to remember which tricks I did. So we're going to do that, and then, okay. All right, there we go. Okay, cool. All right. Frolic Chris, welcome in. How's it going? Mr. Crazy Asian Sir. Mr. Frolic Chris, Sir. How are you doing? Welcome in. Alchemmutation says when it's 2v1. E-Room says belt holders. That's right. Yeah, you hold the belts over your heads. Thanks for giving Frolic Chris a shout out. So, guys, if you're not following our friend Frolic Chris, pianist, plays a lot of VGM, has composed a couple of his own originals as well, and even our friend and mod GipsonLens Bert has played some of Frolic Chris's originals. I did VGM Jam tonight, so oh, you did VGM Jam? That's awesome. That's sweet. Yeah, and I also love VGM, so pretty much almost all of the songs that I'm learning on guitar are all VGM. So, Crazy Asian says, I'm getting paid to write my second YouTuber theme song. Yo, Alchemmutation! Congratulations on your. I assume this is like a commission. Is that basically what it is? So, awesome. That's great news. Yeah, I've always thought about like, if I was a musician, it's like, would I get commissions? But then I think it's like, I am a magician, and it's like, would I ever get a commission to do like a custom magic trick for somebody? Like, I've thought about it. It's like, I don't know how I would go about doing it, but anyway, nice. And congrats, yeah, congrats to Alchemmutation. I was about to say to Frolic Chris, but I mean, Frolic Chris has many other things to be congratulatory about. If you guys didn't know, at VGMCon earlier this year, I was supposed to say last year. Earlier this year, Frolic Chris played a set at VGMCon. So, ooh, then you can make the guitar disappear mashup. I I don't know how to make a guitar disappear. I don't know if I'd want to do it. Let's see, the new one is based on the starting town in a JRPG. Ooh, I love RPG music. So that's, if you're familiar with RPGs, that's very inspiring. Yeah. Commission, yeah, that's awesome. All right, cool. Just followed Chris again, I guess. I know for a fact that I had followed him in before. Yeah, sometimes it's super weird because I feel like Twitch like unfollows people like for some reason. And I know there's like a limit, but as far as I know, I have not gotten close to the limit. Apparently, some streamers have because they follow like everybody that raids them or something. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, everybody follow everybody. I'm pretty sure like uh, if you didn't know, like everybody in chat is basically like great streamer. So see, thanks. I get unfollowed from so many people. It's annoying. Oh my god, it's a raid. Welcome in, raiders. There's so many emotes on my face right now. Hold on. Marshall Silver, thank you so much for raiding in. Welcome in, Misty Kitten, Marshall Silver, Daniel William Clark. Came in with Marshall Silver. Excellent, yes. I see the raider from. So, welcome in, raiders. How are you guys? First of all, I guess I should introduce myself. Hi guys, my name is Nam, and I am known as Crazy Asian, spelled this crazy way on Twitch. Oh! E-Room, calm down. We have guests. They just arrived. Okay, and so I like to do sleight of hand card magic, and that's mostly what I do. I do occasionally play games, but I mostly do sleight of hand card magic. So, let me... Hey! Alchemmutation! What did I just say, okay? What did I just say? Alright, but also, Marshall Silver, how was your stream? How are you doing? Also, I love... Hey! Alright, Marshall, that's okay. It came from you, and I know you're loaded. I understand. It's all cool. Alright, so... Yeah! You guys are getting a little bit out of hand here for the moment, okay? So, I'm gonna put, let me... Alright, Chan. Okay. Alright, everybody get all your bullets out, but remember, don't point your guns at anybody. If FYI, recent news, if anybody didn't know, Alec Baldwin had his case dismissed because of shenanigans that happened on the Rust filming movie set from years ago. And anyway, so If I reach 1K followers, I will reveal and stream my favorite video game of all time, says Marshall Silver. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I read about that. Yeah, says Daniel William Clark. That's right. So, oh, love magic. Okay, everybody just wants a bang right now. I was streaming Metal Gear Solid. Great game. I know of Metal Gear Solid. I've not played it. I've seen some other people play it. But yeah, note to self: wear body armor before coming here next time. Yo, my apologies. All right, let me just do a couple of tricks for the raiders. And the one that I like to show off, raiders. If you are new here and you would like to interact with the stream, go ahead and click. If you're on desktop, because this won't work on mobile, go ahead and click directly on the screen. It will place a heat map directly on the screen, and it should equate to. Let's have somebody pick a card. So hopefully somebody new that just rated in. Go ahead and click directly on the screen, and we'll have a card selected. I see this one first, and I believe that is on the. Is that on the ace? I think that's on the ace. So ace of spades. We'll go ahead and use that. That is the selection. Oh, there's so many. Okay. All right. If we want to have a vote off, let's see. All right. Does anybody want to consolidate their votes? Otherwise, we'll go with this one. But you know what? We could change up this trick a little bit. Let's change up this trick a little bit. You know what? I am going to change up this trick a little bit. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab some aces. I'm going to do a different trick. Now that we have so many people clicking on things. Okay, let's see. If anybody wants to remember, 7 of spades, 10 of hearts, and 2 of diamonds, those will be our selections. Feel free to put them in chat because I already know what they are anyway. And yes, I'm going to... Misty Kitten, your mind has been blown? Nothing has happened yet. I mean, I guess if your mind is blown by, like, what, clicking on the screen to have heat maps. But let me go ahead and clear these for a second here. Delicious heat maps. Okay, first things first. We're going to lose the 2 of diamonds. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and place this into the packet. And then we're going to go ahead and lose the 7 of spades. Let's go into the middle of this right here. Yeah, it never had a little pointers on screen before. Oh, okay, yeah, that's like an add-on an extension that I put on. All right, we're going to go ahead and place the 10 of hearts, just somewhere in the deck right there. Now we're going to go ahead and have the 4 aces do some shenanigans. They're going to try and find each one of those cards from the middle of the deck. I know, that sounds... Thanks for getting those in there. 7 of spades, 10 of hearts, and 2 of diamonds. E-room. Tasty! Perfect to go with my chili dog. Oh, I love chili dogs. Maybe not as much as Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know if anybody knows that reference, but... Okay, here. Ace of hearts is going to go and look for the first selection. Okay, so let's see here. Thanks for grabbing that, presumably bot. Thank you, mods. Okay, next up we're going to have Alchemmutation, the ace of clubs, search for the selection. And I don't know if you can tell, but these aces are slowly disappearing. And once again, we're going to have the ace of diamonds disappear into the middle of the deck. Like so. And then finally, we're going to have the ace of spades, and we'll have that disappear as well. And some people think it's hiding on the top. Some people think it's maybe on the bottom, but that's not the case. However, if we spread the deck, you'll see that there are 4 aces that are face up that are hiding some cards in between them. There's precisely 3 cards. And if we take a look, those 3 cards are the 10 of hearts, the 7 of spades, and the 2 of diamonds. And that, my friends, is a trick for the raiders. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Ooh, says Daniel William Clark. Thank you for all the new follows, for anybody that followed. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you kindly for the claps, E-Room. Oh, Chan, that I did not perform Birds of a Feather. That was not that trick. That was just yeah. If you could leave that in there. All right, so I want to perform another one for the Raiders. This one's a quick one, so if I understand if anybody has to leave, if you've been hanging out too, but if you want to hang out and there's still plenty of magic to be had. Actually, what time is it? Oh yeah, I'll usually go on for like probably another half an hour or so. Okay, all right, so I have the 4 aces in my hand, and what I want to do is I want to turn up all the aces one at a time. But if I did it like that, I literally just turned the card over. That's not magical, so I need to do it in a different but more magical way. So if I hold this packet like this, and I give it a twist, like so, that's actually going to turn up one of the aces, the ace of hearts. Now, don't break your gaze. This is the part that really gets people. See the ace of hearts. If I hold the packet like this and give it another magical twist, that twist will make the ace of hearts turn itself face down, but the ace of clubs turn itself face up. I know, it's kind of hard to believe, but look, there it is. Is that weird or what? That's super weird, right? That shouldn't happen. It's a little bit weird. Look, I'm going to hold the packet and give it another magical twist, and the ace of diamonds will turn itself face up. I know, super weird, okay? But look, we've got one more ace to hit, and but the thing is, it was used in the last trick, so I don't know if it has enough magical power to do this part. So first, here, all the cards are face down, right? But even if I give it a magical twist, all the cards are still face down, because, I don't know, it's tired. But even if we get 2 magical twists, everything's still face down. Okay. But, you know what, chat? If you are still on desktop, let's have as many people click on this packet of cards to infuse your magic into this packet of cards to try and convince the ace of spades to turn itself face up. All right, we got a few clicks there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4. All right, is that enough magic? Surprisingly, at least 4. Oh, somebody's put one on my head. Oh my God, they're everywhere. But that was okay. All right, here we go. Just one finger, and 4 people giving their magic. The ace of spades has turned itself face up. I wish I could help as a mobile user. Whoa, it says Misty Kitten. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? Super weird. And delicious heat maps. Thank you for all those heat maps, everybody. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know why it doesn't work. I'm assuming that whatever extension it is, they never put like mobile support or something on it. I don't know. I'm sorry. I would love to have it work on mobile, but I'm sorry. But Misty Kitten says, "How? This is crazy." I mean, I am crazy Asian, and crazy isn't even spelled right in my name. So there we go. All right. Let's see. So anyway, for anybody who isn't aware, I conduct my stream kind of like a music stream. So I use StreamerSonglist. If anybody wants to request magic, I have a trick list, and people can request tricks. Requests are free. I think you just have to like follow. But the trick list right now is pinned in chat. So if anybody wants to look at the tricks, I understand that a lot of people who are not into magic don't know the names of tricks, but you can kind of see, what other people have requested, or like the names of tricks, being like, that one sounds cool. That's fine too. Or you can just do !random, and it'll randomly put one in here. So there we have it. Okay, so let me prepare for the next trick. We'll jump back to the regularly scheduled queue now, and I will perform a trick called Birds of a Feather. And let's go from there. Okay. All right. SR hallucinations. Oh, you requested hallucinations. Excellent. Cool. So next up, we have a trick called Birds of a Feather. So what I have here are the 4 kings. We've got the king of spades, the king of diamonds, the king of clubs, and the king of hearts. Okay, now if you were here, I would like to ask you to cut about 3/4 of this packet. You could be off by a card or two. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be perfect, but 3/4 of this packet. So let's say there. And then I could either ask you or a different spectator to cut off about 2/3 of this packet and place it over here. Say there. And then I could ask you to cut about half of this packet and then place it down here. So you cut to 4 random points, and what we're going to do is we are going to mark each one of the places in which has been cut with one of these kings. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and mark each one of these points here with one of these kings. Okay. And then the last one, we'll just go right here. Now, I don't know if you have ever been here before that you would have known, but I am truly not magically talented. The true magical talent of the stream here is actually our lovely friend, and I will introduce to stream right now, for those of you who don't know, our friend, the Deck Sock. Chan's got the emotes. There we go. So here's the true magical talent. If you guys have heard of Penn and Teller, I am the pen. I talk a lot. This is the teller, all the magic. And so, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and have the first king get transported down to this pile. Second king going to get transported down to this pile. And the third king is going to get transported to the pile. I've never met Dexock. Oh, well, I'm so happy. Whoa, whoa, whoa! E-Room, thank you for the transporter. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Star Trek. That's where the sound comes from. But look, all of those kings have now gathered down below right here. Because if I show you, here's the king of clubs, the king of hearts, the king of spades, and the king of diamonds. But not only that, I don't know if you know, but when you were cutting off your cards, like one at a time, I don't know if you realized that you were really good at cutting cards. So maybe you shouldn't be allowed in the casino. Because if I show you where you cut to an ace of spades, and an ace of clubs, and an ace of hearts, and an ace of diamonds. And that, my friends, is Birds of a Feather. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you kindly for the applause. Misty Kitten and the claps and the emotes. E-Room, Chan. Thank you kindly. All right. Let's see. Picked a Zool sounding trick. Oh, okay. Oh, cool sounding trick. It's all right. Typo. I get it. Hallucinations, yes. So fun story about hallucinations. This was a trick that I did not, I could not do when I first encountered like the tutorial for it. And then it was like 1 year later after I had been doing magic for a while, I revisited it and I was like, whoa, I can do this trick now. And so I was like super excited. So this particular trick has some like special, I guess extra meaning to me than like other tricks do. So, but let's go ahead and autocorrect Ek. I mean, I don't know about you, but Zool is pretty cool sounding. I mean, not spelled in the Ghostbusters kind of way, Zool, Z-U-U-L, but X-O-O-L. Very, very Zool. Okay, all right. So this trick, so here, luckily we had the kings from the last trick because this trick does use the kings as well. So we have the king of diamonds, the king of clubs, the king of hearts, and the king of spades. Now, what I would like to do here, Big Ducky Snow, I've been lurking a while, but now I must head to bed. Big Ducky Snow. Steven, welcome in. Thank you so much for lurking. But now I must head to bed. I've enjoyed my time and with you all, and I hope you ride aboard the Dreamland Express. It is a magical one. Catch you all round the bend. Friends, peace, love, and light be with you. Guys, if you're not following our friend Big Ducky Snow, please give Big Ducky Snow a follow. So Big Ducky Snow, Steven is a productivity streamer. And I actually lurked in a Big Ducky Snow stream earlier this week. So definitely check him out. It was right before, I think, vocal exercises. That was like where it was going. All right, cool. So first things first, we have the 4 kings here, and what I want to do is something interesting with these 4 kings. All right, if I turn 2 of the kings face up like this, and I leave 2 of the kings face down like that, you would expect that when I close these up and turn it face down and I count through the cards, you would see 2 kings face up, 2 kings face down. But no, because look, if I snap, look, all the cards are facing the same direction. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? That should not happen. But look, if I show you again, now I'm going to break one of the rules of magic. They say don't do the same trick twice. We're going to do that again. Because look, if I show you 2 cards, 2 kings face up, 2 kings face down, if I close it up, and turn it face down. How do you manage such trickery, asks Misty Kitten. Well, Misty Kitten, let me just show you this one more time, and then we'll talk about it. They're all facing in the same direction. I know, that's super weird, right? Super weird. Okay. But wait. Normally, magicians might use a trick, might use some different cards. Like a lot of magicians like to use the aces because they're very clean. And sometimes I say I should probably have used the aces for this. So look, before you guys had seen me do a twisting the aces trick. If I hold this packet and I twist, one of these cards, actually one of these kings, turns into an ace. Here's the ace of hearts, right? And then look, if I hold the packet and give it another twist, one of those kings, another one, will turn into another ace. Here's the ace of spades. And then, but look, if I just give it 1 and 2 more twists, actually, let me just get all of them, right? So that's actually 1, 2, 3, and 4 aces. And yeah, so you're probably wondering, where are all of the kings? Well, some people believe that the kings are here on the top, and some people believe that the kings are here on the bottom. But actually, they've swapped places with the aces. So if I show you, all of the kings are actually in here. There we have it. All right, let's see. There's a lot of stuff in chat, so let me just catch up. Let's see. Saw you on the schedule tomorrow night. Huh? How do you manage such trickery? I did see that one. Correct. It's karaoke on Tuesdays and Fridays, starting each stream with a living on a prayer, and I'm getting much better. That's glorious, Stephen. Hopefully you're enjoying that. I love karaoke myself, so Sorcery, says Alchemutation. He's a witch. Sorry, is he's a witch high pitched? He's a witch. Does that need to be like if anybody's into Monty Python? Which if you're not, you probably should be, but look, I'm not gonna judge, right? If you didn't like it, that's fine. Whatever. But if you didn't see it, that's probably a travesty. You should at least see it before you judge it. Monty Python Holy Grail. Alright. Merci bien, mon bon ami. So that is French for thank you very much, my good friend. As Big Ducky says to Chan. Thank you so much for those sweet words about me and my channel. Much love to you now. Thank you, Stephen. Have a great night. Sleep well. Thank you for stopping in. Greatly appreciate it. Alchemutation says, what the actual crap? And I don't know when Craig became British either, but I was just thinking about Holy Grail, so there we go. But you had all the kings in your hand. I know, I did, but then they became the aces because they swapped places. So yeah. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps. Jan the Magic Man, E-Room, Misty. All right, cool. And that was Hallucination. Because, you thought you saw the kings, but really you saw the aces. But then, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and... I'm British now, says Alchemmutation. Lol. All right, let's see here. Okay, the queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. I'm thinking about doing a... There's one that I did not hit up earlier, actually, that I usually like to do because I'm trying to keep it fresh. Let's hope this gets the right one. Yes, it did. Okay, all right. So, earlier I did the standard version. Emojis not accepted. Earlier I did the standard version of this trick, which used cards, but now I'm going to attempt to do the cardless version. Okay, so we have 4 coins here, and what I would like to do is I would like to make the coins teleport from corner to corner. And before I used cards, but now I'm going to use no cards. So here we go. Let's go ahead and just make this coin disappear from down here and move up there. Okay, once again, let's do it again. And then let's go ahead and make one jump back over here. Oh, thank you for the teleport, E-Room. I'll wait for that to clear before we proceed. Okay, so there's the 3. And now we have 3 over here and then 1 over there. So now let's get this last one jumped over here. And that, my friends... Where did the coins go? And that, my friends, is the cardless coin matrix. Yeah. So, all right. And that, my friend, is the cardless coin matrix. And hopefully you enjoyed. They were in your hands? I mean, what do you mean? I was showing my hands in between. Empty. Also, it happens very fast, so. Crazy! Alright. Okay, cool. Let's see. What else can we do? Ah! Alright. Misty Kitten, I've got one that I would like to show you. What's next? Okay. Alright, let me put this in. So, one for you? Yes. So this one, because you have never seen this trick before, I'm assuming that you don't watch card tricks in your spare time, so there's no way you would have seen this one before. But it is one that I like to show new people in chat. So, I would like you to choose 2 suits. I do need them to be different. So if you are familiar with the suits of a card deck, there's 2 red ones, diamonds and hearts, and 2 black ones, clubs and spades. So I would like to choose 1 red one, so either hearts or diamonds, and then 1 black one, either clubs or spades. And don't tell me what they are yet, but go ahead and select them in your mind. Okay, all right, you. So here's the thing: a camera's already here, so nothing is suspect at this point. So you can see that all of these cards are red-backed cards. And if you didn't key off of the name of the trick, they're all kings. But and over here, they're all blue-backed cards. Okay. No worries, no worries. It's okay. Nothing got messed up. I just didn't want to think that I did anything suspicious prior to me cutting to this, but I was already showing this when I saw it, so it's all good. It's all good. No worries. Okay, so you chose hearts and spades. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let me snap my fingers. Spades, hearts. There we go. Believe it or not, I've turned over each one of those, in each pile. So look, I turned over the spades in this one because look, king of spades. And then over here, I've turned over the king of hearts. But wait, there's more. What if I told you I didn't just turn them face up? What if I also swapped them? What if I told you that this is actually the red-backed king of hearts, and this one is the blue-backed king of spades? Would you believe that? No, you didn't, says Misty Kitten. But wait. Let me show you. Let me grab this one. Alchemmutation says, then I'm gonna flip the table. Misty Kitten says, whoa. But wait. So the way that I like to equate this trick is a boxing match. So there's a jab, a quick jab, then a strong punch, and then an uppercut. So for those of you who didn't know, we just did the jab and then the straight punch. But now here's the uppercut. There's more, says Panther Ninja. There's one more. This is the uppercut. Here we go. I know I said that these were all kings before, but I lied a little bit. Because you remember when you said spades and hearts? That's actually all you could have chosen. Because if I show you the rest of these cards, there's actually no other kings on these cards. And that, my friends, is Trading Kings. All right, let me read chat here. Misty Kitten says, "You lied to me? Wait, what?" Alchemy says, "Dude, they are yeah, they are blank. If you were here, you could fully inspect these. These are blank cards. There's nothing weird about them. They are exactly as you see them. There's nothing sticking to them. No tape, no glue, no bubble gum." Which, by the way, I don't know why anybody would use bubble gum as an adhesive. That is gross. Okay. They are blank? Yes, they are blank. That is correct. Fatality, says Jan. Misty Kitten says, mind blown. Thank you so much for the mind blown, Misty Kitten. Misty Kitten says, how? I assume there was also that, like, disdain with the shaking fist and everything. That's just how I envisioned it. Thank you kindly for the emotes and the claps. Alchemmutation, Panther Ninja, Chan the Magic Man, Misty Kitten, E-Room. That wasn't a trick. It was a slap to my brain. It sounded exactly like that. Seriously. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Chan has the brain slap. I was watching you, though, says Misty Kitten. I know. That's right. You were. It was that way, actually. Ultimate magic. Read my motions from Beyonce the screen. You know, I know that must have been autocorrect, but that is... So that makes sense contextually, and it was funny. Even though I know what you meant. It did, and now I have a concussion. Autocorrector. Lol. Noise. Whew. Okay, alright. Let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna stream for maybe not too much longer. So let's do last call. And then I will also do a finale trick, which, by the way, I have a set of finale tricks that I like to choose from. But I guess for our new viewer, Misty Kitten, they're all bangers. So, ooh, last call. Yes, last call for today. So I like to do Sleight of Hand Sundays. I'm actually going to be canceling next week's because I'm going to be away at a convention and coming back. But if anybody ever wants to watch any more Magic and I'm not around, hey, Chan, relax. It's okay. I know I'll be back the week after that. It'll be fine. But um, hello, I cannot guarantee I'm always here, but I'll try to stick around. Yeah, no worries. So if anybody wants to check out more tricks and I'm not around, check out my YouTube. I have over 270 magical performances on YouTube. And all of my VODs I end up throwing up over there in this playlist. So if anybody wants to check out my playlist, there's that too. And then also, if you want to check out more of Magic Twitch, there's not that many magicians that have a regular Magic schedule on Twitch. There's, of course, me. I have Sleight of Hand Sundays. There's Chan the Magic Man in chat and also Mod here. Chan the Magic Man does Magic Mondays on Monday nights, U.S. Eastern Time. So give him a follow, check him out. He recently had a birthday last week, so happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, Chan. Nam, if you would like to like the brain slap emote, I am gifting it to Magic Twitch friends. Oh, if you would like to send it to me, I will take it and I will add it. I have empty emote slots, so if anybody wants to use it here, that's perfectly fine. And then also we have two other Twitch magicians, Jack, a.k.a. InfoXR, and then Ben Hallowthorn. So you can check out that Magic Twitch link that we just put out there over there. Let's see. I will send. Thank you, Craig. My birthday is December 29th. Happy belated birthday, Misty Kitten. It's been, what, 6 months, 7 months since December 29th. Let's see. You're a month after mine. Oh, Alchemy. That's right. Hopefully we have a Magic Twitch raid train one day. Yeah, one day. It's so hard to, like, because there's 4 of us and then we all have kind of restrictive schedule. Well, I have a restrictive schedule because I have a 40-hour per week job. I am a dad of a 3-year-old and I do YouTube and Twitch and I have other hobbies too. So it's like, I don't have time for stuff. So I try my best. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and I guess for closing, I'm going to go ahead and I think I want to do Picasso Aces tonight. So let's go ahead and throw that in there. All right. And then let's go ahead and close the queue. And then, all right. So let's, everybody, if you guys are not following, and give some mod love to our mods. We did see all of our mods tonight. So if you're not following our friend and mod, The Rusty Panda, please give The Rusty Panda a follow. If you're not following our friend and mod, GipsonLens, pianist, please give GipsonLens a follow. And if you're not, once again, if you're not following Chan, please give Chan a follow. So there we go. All right. And then next, if you, oh yeah, that's right. So thank you to everybody who came in today. Thank you so much to Marshall Silver for the raid tonight. So thank you everybody for interacting with the stream, whether you chatted in chat, requested a trick, clicked on the heat map, chose a card. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun. Thank you so much to all the lurkers out there, because if I'm just here and just doing cards, there's no magic happening. The magic has to happen in your mind. And then, of course, the disclaimer, yes, everything you see in this stream is sleight of hand, and it can be achieved as such with sleight of hand. I haven't signed any deals with the devil. I don't practice black magic or sorcery. And even if I did, I would claim this anyway. Perfect cover story. So, anyway, and with that, oh, I didn't even get ready for the finale trick. Oh, and another thing, if I mess up the finale trick, I don't like ending stream on a mess up, so I will do another finale trick if I mess this up. I would like not to mess this up, but you never know. I have been known to mess things up before, so. Oh yes, I already put my link to my YouTube up there and the VODs if anybody wants to catch past VODs. But otherwise, yeah, I try and stream Sunday nights, but next week will be canceled because I will be at a convention. But then after that, it should come back up. All right, cool. All right, and with that, never seen such cards before. Also, the blank cards was a cray cray. Oh, yeah, blank cards. I mean, they exist because that's like kind of like before they put the face on it, right? Um, but yeah, as a magician, you kind of want them because not only are they great for stuff like that, but they're great for personalizing a trick. Because if I go out there and I want to have somebody sign a card without anything on the face, it'll be just like a completely unique card because I can have them sign, I can have them draw a picture on it, they can write anything they want. Like it's so nice. Um, Also, was there anyone I missed in following? I mean, if you're following me and you come back, you will hear all those names again. So, but yeah. So just if you want to see any more magicians. All right, cool. So with that, let's get on with Picasso aces. So here, I have aces in my hand, but I don't want to deceive you. These aces are from a different deck because if I spread this deck, these are blue backed cards, but these aces are red backed. So look, the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, the ace of diamonds, and the ace of spades. Now, with these four aces, I want to do something interesting. There is a very common plot in Magic in which we try and collect all of the aces together, and that's called an ace assembly, right? And so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place these aces out like so, and we're going to start this over. All right, okay. We're going to mulligan because there's some stuff going on that I'm like, wait a second. And I don't think I necessarily messed it up, but like it was no bueno. You know what? I might just also do another trick because that was not satisfactory for me. So, oh, for anybody who doesn't know, I also will have boss tricks. So basically, if I mess up a trick on stream, I'm going to, I would have to do it again, practice it for homework, basically. Okay, all right, let's start that over. And that was unfortunate. So you saw nothing. That's right, Chan. You saw nothing. All right, this is a wonderful effect. But okay, you know what? We're also going to be doing. I'm gonna throw another trick in the queue because I don't want to end on that. Okay. Okay. All right. Once again, starting back over. Blue backed deck. Red backed ace of hearts, ace of clubs, ace of diamonds, ace of spades. What do I want to do with 1, 2, 3, 4 aces? I'm going to want to collect them magically together. Okay, so here we go. And I'm going to go ahead and place these aces out like this. We'll leave the ace of spades face up for just a second. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place each one of these, I'm going to place 3 cards onto each one of these piles, like so. And what we will do is square up, and clearly I can't do any magic, so we're going to have the deck sock do this next part. So as you can see, we have our ace right there, and here's the deck sock, bringing the deck sock back, because all we have to do is have the deck sock touch this pile and that pile, and then that red ace is going to swap places with a random blue card in there. Because if I show you now, these are all blue backed cards, and none of these are aces. Now before, we had a 1 red backed ace there, but if I show you now, there's actually 2, right? 1, 2. 2 red backed aces. 2 blue cards. Okay, So now, here, we have another one. But look, all I have to have the deck sock do is touch, touch, and now there's no blue-backed cards. And none of these are aces. Now, we just had a pile in which that was 2 blue cards, 2 red cards. But look, if I show you, you should now have 3 red aces, right? Check it out. Is that weird or what? That's super weird. And now finally, for this last one, some people would guess that, there's maybe shenanigans happening because it's a sleight of hand card magic stream. But look, you can still see that the red-backed card here is a red-backed ace, because if I place it into this pile here, you will be able to see there's the red card on the back, there's the ace on the front. But all we have to do is have the deck sock touch this pile and touch that pile. And look, all of the cards are blue-backed. And all of the faces, none of them are aces. Is that weird or what? And now if we take a look at this pile, there should be all 4 red-backed aces. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because they are all the ace of diamonds, the ace of spades, the ace of clubs, and the ace of hearts. And that, my friends, is a slightly botched, but I mean, that performance was perfectly fine. But I already said I'm going to have to do another trick because I was not happy with how it went the first time. But that was Picasso aces. Thank you kindly for the claps. Panther Ninja, Misty Kitten, Chan the Magic Man. Misty Kitten says, will they all be red cards at the end? And I think that the performance spoke for itself. They were all red at the end. And Misty Kitten says, this is amazing! Ha! All the acers are in the same pile, and they're all red. I know, right? Like, guessed it nearly at the end. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if I can lead to your expectation, and like, because the trick setup is very clear, right? Like, we're gonna teleport all the red aces into that pile. There you go. And it's so much more satisfying too. It was like when you're like, I know what's going on, right? I know what's going on. I don't know how it's going on, but I know what's going on. All right, so because of the slight botched trick, I'm gonna do one more finale trick. This is one of the other tricks I like to close out with, and we'll do this one. The power of the deck sock. Yes, that's right. See, clearly I need the deck sock. I can't do this by myself. I'm a supremely untalented has-been. Yes, I don't know anybody who uses the word has-been in like real conversation anymore. All right, so this trick, and after this trick, assuming I don't mess it up, we will find somebody to raid, and then we will go from there. All right, cool. Your deck sock compels. Yes, the deck sock compels you. The deck sock is probably on the light side of the force. Hey, okay. All right, so I have a packet of cards here. We have 6 of diamonds, queen of clubs, and then we've got 4 other cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, they look normal from the back, but when I turn over the packet and show you from the other side, they're also backs. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, except for this one. This one's a little bit weird. This one's, once again, one of those blank cards that we had discussed earlier. So yeah. But here's the thing. With these cards, there's some strange property that when I hold the packet and I reflect it over something, like let's say I reflect it over the 6 of diamonds, right? Not only something strange happens, it doesn't just reflect it, but actually all of the cards in the packet, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of diamonds. All of the packet becomes the 6 of diamonds. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? But look, if I hold the packet over the queen of clubs, for example, like this, right? Not only does it reflect, but if I show you actually, now we know that some people who perform this trick, they say that the queen of clubs jumps to the top, but actually we know that's not actually the case. all of the cards in the packet have just become the Queen of Clubs. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Now, right now, all the cards in the packet are Queens of Clubs. But if I go ahead and I grab this weird card, this blank one, and I just place it right there, but wait, it's not until I turn and then the blank side is up, because actually now, I don't know if you know, this blank card has touched the packet. So now, if I show you, all of the cards are blank. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. And at this point, some people ask, hey, very suspicious of the cards. They just want to see the backs. And I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that, my friends, is, I'll call that a successful performance of Dazed. And we can call that a finale. Thank you kindly for the applause, Misty Kitten. Thank you kindly for the how. I assume that was the emotion you had behind your how. E-Room, thank you kindly for the claps. Chan, thank you kindly for the claps. And E-Room's got the Chan Queen of Clubs emote there. The blank cards got taken out of the existed. What? I know, right? That's just all of the cards. Panther Ninja, thank you kindly for the claps. All right, and that was Dazed. Okay, and with that, I think we can call that a stream. So, once again, if anybody wants to see more magic and I'm not around, YouTube, and if you want to see the old VODs. Okay. Once again, thank you so much to everybody. Chan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the resub for 10 months. Guys, if you did not know, Chan mod here, also signer of the Queen of Clubs. Let me find that card. Yeah. Chan the Magic Man, signer of the Queen of Clubs. Wait, that's not the Queen of Clubs. Hold on. All right, now that is the Queen of Clubs. That is Chan the Magic Man. There you go. Okay, so I normally like to raid out to somebody, usually a music Twitch friend. So let's see who is up, who is around. Missy Kid says, whoa. Didn't expect that one, huh? Was gonna go to bed, and then whoa. I don't know now. Look. Everything that you saw here, as I said, was sleight of hand and can be achieved as such. But if it was not, I mean, I would still claim that it was sleight of hand anyway. Okay. Let's see. We do have a bunch of options to raid tonight. Let's see who is available. I also have been liking to check out who we've never raided before, or like the people I don't usually visit as often. Oh, hold on. Whoa! An anonymous gifter has gifted a tier 1 sub to Misty Kit. Oh, God. Oh, you guys. Okay, for those of you who don't know, every time we get a hype train. So, for hype trains here, we basically try and do as much magic as fast as possible. Even though I was going to end stream, but you know what? Hype train. So, here we go. Actually, I should probably pull out... You know what? I'm going to pull out 2 7s. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. These 2 7s, we're going to be doing... Oh, bad... No worries. It's fine. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and cut these 2 packets into 2 separate piles, and we're going to go ahead and place, so this one is going to go somewhere in the middle of this packet, right, face up, okay? So as you can see, it is still there in the middle of this packet, and what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing over here, okay? So let me go ahead and we're going to go ahead and place this right there, and that's going to go in here. Now, here's the thing. So we have 2 7s, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle it face up into face down cards, okay? So here's the thing. Let's go ahead and flip this pile over. This is going to pain me more than it pains you. Because, and here we go, sometimes people think fishy things occur during shuffles and things, but I'm going to go ahead and slowly push these together so you know that those are actually getting mixed, okay? So those are, yeah, ooh boy, yeah, it's going to pain me more than it pains you, so. Alright, now what are the odds that I can find those cards very quickly with one cut? 0, because I'm not the magical talent, because here is the deck sock. So here, deck sock, go ahead and ta-da! But look, now watch. Every single card has now repaired itself. Every single card's facing in the same direction. Every single card except for 2. Here's 1. Here's 2. And what are they? Those are probably our 2 7s. The 7 of diamonds and 7 of clubs. Alright, now here we have a 7 of spades, and I'm just going to find the other 7. And actually after this, since that was an anonymous sub, we'll do a thing right after this. Misty Kitten, you can stay till the end of this, right? Because somebody subbed you, you get to sign a card. So, yep. All right, cool. All right, excellent. So now we have these 4 7s. So what I'm going to do with these 4 7s is let's do something interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the 7s, and we have all the 7s here. Now look, if I'm going to show you something. If I go ahead and I hold the packet with the cards face down and I shake them, they should turn over one of the 7s, okay? So look, if I go ahead and I hold the packet and I shake, which card can you sign? Any card that hasn't been signed from this deck. So if you see one that you end up liking, you can sign any of them. We'll tell you what that in a second. Okay, so look, what just happened was I just turned up the 7 of diamonds. Super weird, right? Now look, all the cards are face down. 1, 2, 3, 4. But look, if I hold the packet and I shake it again, it's going to turn up another one. 7 of clubs. Is that strange? That's super strange, right? Okay, so now here we have all 4 cards face down. And now if I hold the packet and give it another shake, that shake's going to turn up another 7. In this case, 7 of hearts. Strange, right? Super strange. Shouldn't happen. Alright, now I'm going to hold the packet and give it, and show you that all the cards are face down. 1, 2, 3, 4. But look, if I hold the packet and give it a shake, that's going to turn up the final 7. The 7... Wait, that's not the final 7. It should have been the 7 of spades, right? Okay, so we did mess that one up, but I'm trying to do magic pretty quick. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to cut to the chase. And, here we have all 4 7s. And what I'm going to need to do is, we're actually going to turn all of the 7s facing in some direction. Actually, wait, we have this, right? Man, doing fast magic, and I was not ready for a hype train, guys. You guys totally got me. You guys totally got me. Yeah, actually, I think we're in a spot in which it is not easily recoverable. So we're just going to go ahead and just turn these cards over. And then, alright, so with these 7s, I'm just showing you the deck right now. And I'm going to place the 7s into this deck. And then we're going to cut them in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and shake the packet. And by shaking the packet, I'm going to turn all of the 7s facing in the same direction, facing up. I know, okay, alright, there we go. Woo! Okay, hype train's over. Okay, it didn't go longer. And okay, so Misty Kitten, I don't know if you know, but anytime somebody subs or gives subs or gives 500 bits or something, they get to sign a card. And the thing is, we don't know who gave you that gift sub, so you get to sign a card. So any of these cards that are not already signed are basically up for grabs. So let me place them up here, but let me get them up here. You could pick the card that you want, and then I will thank everybody for everything in the hype train, because I saw a bunch of people give bits, and I was not paying attention at the time because I was busy messing up a magic trick. So, but yeah, any of these cards you are welcome to sign. Let me know if you see one you like, and you can sign it. So all of these are up for grabs. So if you see one you want to sign, let me know. All right, so let me go back and thank everybody. So thank you kindly, Anonymous, for the gift sub to Misty Kitten, GXM. And thank you so much for the bits, Alchemutation. Thank you so much for the bits, Chan the Magic Man. Greatly appreciate it. 8 of hearts, please. All right, there we go. 8 of hearts. There we go. And thank you so much, Anonymous, for gifting that gift sub to Misty Kitten. Thank you so much for the sub, Anonymous. Yeah, thank you. So I'm just going to write Misty Kitten _ GXM. Okay. I may have to, I'm going to go Misty Kitten and then underscore here. Okay. And so Misty Kitten, if you come back when and you request a trick, I will try and use your card if possible. And if not, I mean, it's just a shout out every time people see the 8 of hearts. So do you stream Misty Kitten? Let us know, because if you do, we should shout you out. Misty Kitten. I'm on Light Cloud's channel. Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. _ GXM. I'm not the main streamer, but I help out in this channel. I got it. Okay. Are you nice? Cool. Well, let's go ahead and just give a shout out to Light Cloud. Just one old guy playing games. So I was just reading what that said. All right, let's mute. Okay, cool. And then I guess just in case if Misty Kitten does stream or will one day stream. There we go. All right. Okay. Well, that was exciting. That was probably the first time I've gotten a hype train right before I was about to raid. But as you guys know, if there's a hype train, I have to do the magic. All right, so here we are, our freshly, newly signed 8 of hearts, Misty Kitten GXM. All right, cool. All right. Oh, and Light Cloud. Oh, Light Cloud only needs 2 more followers for 100. Okay. Hold on. I don't think I clicked on the follow, but let me follow. Hang on. All right. Boom. I just realized it opened up in my browser that I was not logged into Twitch on, so. Hang on. I'm just going to do this now, because if I don't do it now, I'll probably forget. Is there? No, there's an ad. Okay. That's okay. There's nothing going on. All right. I'm going to hit follow. Okay. Hopefully I was either 99 or if somebody else. Thank you. We appreciate your support. Thank you for coming in. All right. Okay. Cool. And with that, now we're going to hold on. I'm going to come back up here. Okay. Now we're going to try. All right. Oh, Chan's 98. I'm 99. Okay. Cool. So there we are. Okay. Now we're going to try and find somebody to raid. The raid targets may have changed. So let me see now. I was going to check my spreadsheet to see who I haven't rated in a while, or if there's somebody new. And I was saying there was somebody new. Oh yeah, that's right. Let me see. Have we rated this person? Let me see here. Probably gonna go. Yeah, no worries. No obligation if you don't want to follow on the raid. I just like to find people to raid so that I can, just introduce people to new people. Oh, I don't think I've ever rated this person. I have never rated this person. Okay, all right. I think I found a raid target. Music streamer. I have never rated over there, and I kind of only recently discovered them through GipsonLens. And they are going strong at 36 minutes. Okay, so we're going to be rating over to Adagio Rustico. Forever Human Man is streaming for the first time this year. What? Oh, hold on. Do we have to raid Forever Human Man? Hold on. Forever Human Man. I did not see him on the list on my followers list. I would not have unfollowed him. That's so weird. Twitch! Why are you being stupid? Alright. Not another ad. Okay. Yay. Alright, never mind. We're going to be rating Forever Human Man. Because he is not rated this year. And this is the first time he's rating this year. And we should go over there. So Forever Human Man plays guitar and has done a bunch of weird things like shave his face on stream. And is just all around nice guy. I unfortunately did not get a chance to meet him IRL at TwitchCon when I went. But, oh yeah, thank you for the raid calls. So if you don't have a sub, you can copy the one without the emotes. And if you do have a sub, you can copy the ones that has all the text because it'll end up looking like this. And so, yeah, let's go over to Forever Human Man. Rating Forever Human Man. Okay, now let's start the raid. Raid Forever Human Man. Alright, thanks for letting me know, GipsonLens. Alright, starting the raid. Alright, cool. Okay, man, that was a lot longer than I anticipated because Hype Train! So anyway, thank you for the Hype Train, everybody. Thank you so much for the raid, Marshall Silver. Thank you for everybody who came out. Everybody, take care of yourselves. Remember to hydrate. Remember to stretch. And remember, next week, no stream because I'll be at a convention or recovering from a convention. So, yeah, other than that, everybody take care. Have a glorious night. And we will talk to you when we talk to you. Bye!